Peace, family. You know, there was a video that went out, that went viral, where this black woman was sitting on the airplane next to this bigot, and he was texting derogatory things about her, and she had noticed, and she challenged him on it. And when she told the guy that she seen what he texts, and he talking about something, what are you talking about? She's like, I can read your text messages, and I think you're disgusting. You know, the fact of the matter is this. It's this guy, this black guy, he's a Sambo, a coon, and he don't mind tap dancing for Whitey, and he'll flip the script wherever it pleases his massa. He did one video talking about the rights and privileges that blacks have, how we had the power to use the N-word, while white people are afraid to use it. We can cancel people, we can do this, we can do that. We established the bar, we can raise it, lower it, whenever we want. But when it came to this story here, this member of the LGBTQIA 2 square, 2 spirit, whatever it is, but I think he mostly identifies with the B, the G, and the T. Now he's saying that this black woman should just ignore this guy. Just why are you giving him power by responding to him? He's just a white guy. Just sit on the plane, mind your business. When you get up, when your flight is over, you go your way, he go his way, and you never see this guy again. But first of all, she shouldn't have to be subjected to this type of treatment and abuse in the first place. Who's to say how long this flight is? And why should she have to sit back knowingly next to a bigot? What if she wasn't on this airplane? What if she's put in an application for employment? What if this guy was a doctor, a police officer, and have to be subject to his whims? You see, the stupid thing about this situation is the fact that white people didn't have to do anything. And it had been solved. They didn't have to do nothing. Black people had left their communities and went and established their own. They built their own schools, their own post office, churches, everything. Some of them even had their own airports. And instead of leaving black people alone, they went out there and they destroyed it, forcing blacks, who they are diabolically opposed to, back into their system, where now all you got to do is just sit next to them on the plane, and it caused them discomfort. They were somewhere where you couldn't even see. But see, the problem associated with that is they were also beyond your control. You couldn't tell black people what to do when they had their own independent means to sustain their own way of life. And it was that is what drove you out there to force them back. When I read the comments up underneath this thing, and this guy's talking about mind your own business, while you reading his text messages, this female talking about some words are meaningless only when you respond to them. That's how you give them power. This other guy talking about some 99.9999% of blacks and whites live in peace and harmony. But the media want to focus on the very few of us that don't. So let's unwrap this lie. If 99.99999% of blacks and whites live in peace and harmony, what's going on with the 0.00001% that don't? Let's say so what this guy is saying is that the only way blacks and whites could live in peace and harmony is if 100% of us live in peace and harmony. You can't have 0.0000001% of blacks and whites at each other's throat, and it's a threat to the 99.9999% that do. What you're telling me is that you got news organizations, NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, MSNBC, CNN, all these major news networks. They're ignoring the 99.9999% of blacks that live together in peace and harmony, and just focusing on the small percentage that's not. If what you're saying is true, how did this black woman on this plane end up sitting next to this bigot? She would have hit the lottery 3 times before sitting next to a bigot if what your numbers say are true. The fact of the matter is, when I look out my window, I see the 99.99999%. I don't see nowhere near the harmony between blacks and whites that this guy is talking about. If what you say is true, how is it that blacks and whites can live with peace and harmony so well with their oppressor, but be at odds so much with their own people? If that's the case, I'd rather flip it. I'd rather have 99.9999% of blacks living in peace and harmony by themselves, and have the 0.0000001 decide they want to stay with their oppressor. You can have them. This is the decision we should have made a long time ago. Let me conclude this video by saying this. This is 2023. It is time for black people to wake up. We have built. This ain't nothing that we ain't never done before. And even if we haven't, it's not nothing that other nations of people haven't done before. We can either take from their experience or we could take from our own. We've built our own communities, and we thrived as a people. If some of these Negroes want to stay with their oppressor, leave them. This time, when we go and establish our own means to sustain our way of life, we have to defend it. We can't allow these psychopaths who act against their own judgment. They know they cannot stand black people, but they will go out and destroy and murder and kill to force us back into their system. We can't live in a community with these people. That's flying our airplanes, owning our businesses, managing our people, governing over us, policing our communities, overseeing our health, our economics, our politics. Can you sit there, black people, and tell me that if you had a choice to live up under a society determined by your oppressor or determined by your people, that you would choose to live up under the rules established by your oppressor? If you had a choice, tell me, which one would you choose? I'm gonna end this video here. And if you like this message, if you like this content, and if you like this pressure that I put on our oppressor, put a little pressure on that follow, subscribe, and share button, and catch me in my next video. Ashe.